Hey everyone. First of all, sorry if I sound a little bit weird or different than usual in this video. The reason is that it's currently 38 degrees outside, which is definitely not ideal reading weather. And now there's a pretty serious heat wave going on in Europe right now. And with temperatures this high, it has been much harder to concentrate and just find the motivation to sit down and read for long periods of time. Normally when I have some free time, reading is something I really look forward to, but when it is this hot, uh, even opening a book can feel like a lot of effort. Everything just feels a little slower, and I definitely haven't managed to read as much as I originally planned for this week. Uh, but that being said, I did manage to finish a book, and that was Swear by Michael Crichton. This was actually my first Michael Crichton novel, which is quite surprising because he's such a well-known author in the science fiction genre. Now I've heard his name mentioned many times, and I have seen adaptations of some of his work, but I had never actually picked up one of his books before. And Sphere is a science fiction thriller about humanity discovering a strange and mysterious object deep on the ocean floor. A team of scientists is sent down to investigate what this object is, where it came from, and what it could mean for humanity. Of course, things don't go exactly as planned, and the team quickly discovers that this discovery might be much more complicated and dangerous than they first expected. And I thought this was a really entertaining read. One of the things Crichton does very well is creating a strong sense of mystery. And the premise immediately grabs your attention because you want to know what this object is and why it is there. And this book, the book has this classic science fiction feeling of exploring the unknown, and where every answer creates even more questions. It's also a very fast-paced book. I think this is something Crichton is really good at. The writing is easy to follow, and the chapters keep moving, and there's always something happening that makes you want to continue reading. Especially during a week where the heat made reading more difficult, it was nice to have a book that was so easy to pick up and get back into. And the ending was probably the most complicated part for me. When I first read the book and finished it, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. It was not necessarily what I expected, and my first reaction was that I didn't enjoy it as much as the rest of the book. But after having some time to think about it, I think I understand better what Crichton was trying to do. I think the ending fits more with the ideas the book is exploring, and while it might not be my favorite ending, I appreciate it more now than I did immediately after finishing it. And overall, I had a really good time with Swear. It was a fun science fiction thriller, and I can definitely understand why Michael Crichton is such a popular author. And this has definitely made me interested in reading more of his books in the future. And now currently I'm reading Dawn by Octavia Butler, which is the first book in the Xenogenesis trilogy, also known as Lilith's Brood. This is a very different type of science fiction compared to Swear. The story takes place after humanity has essentially destroyed itself through nuclear war. Earth has been devastated, and the few humans who survived are rescued by an alien species. And at first it sounds like a pretty classic science fiction setup, where aliens arrive and save humanity from extinction. However, the aliens are not doing this purely out of kindness or because they want to help humanity. They have their own motivations and their own plans for the future. And that creates a much more complicated situation. And I think that this is probably the most interesting part of the book so far. The aliens are not just presented as simple good guys or bad guys. They are very different from humans, and the way they think and interact with humanity raises a lot of interesting questions. They have their own goals, their own ideas about what is best, and it creates a lot of moral and even philosophical questions. And at the moment I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I feel about the book. It's definitely interesting, and there are many ideas here that I haven't seen explored in quite the same way before. But it's also a slower and more thoughtful book compared to something like Sphere. So I think I need more time with it before I can really form a better opinion. Sometimes there are books where you immediately know whether you like it or not, and sometimes there are books where you need to spend more time with it, just with the story and the ideas before everything starts to come together. And On just feels more like the second time of book so far. And after finishing it, my next read will be The Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch, the third book in the Gentleman Bastard series. And this is probably the book I'm most excited about starting next. The first book in the series, The Lies of Locke Lamora, and I've said this many times before, was one of the best fantasy books I've ever read, and I absolutely loved that book. The characters were fantastic, the world was interesting, and the writing just had such a great combination of humor, clever dialogue, and even amazing action. And Locke Lamora is one of those characters who immediately stands out. He's clever, unpredictable, and always seems to have another trick somewhere hidden. The relationship between the characters was also one of the stronger parts of the book for me, and I just really enjoy spending time with the Gentleman Bastards. And the second book, Red Seas Under Red Skies, which I read in June, unfortunately did not quite reach the same height for me. I still enjoyed it, and there were definitely things I liked about it, but it felt like something was missing compared to the first book. The first book had a certain energy and excitement that made it so special, and I don't think the sequel completely captured that same feeling. And because of that, I'm going into the third book with some hope, but also some caution. The series has already shown that it can be incredible, so I'm hoping this third book can bring back some of the things that make me love the first one so much. And I'm especially excited to spend more time with Locke and the rest of the Gentleman Bastards again, and hopefully this will be a return to form and another great fantasy read. So yeah, that's everything I've been reading this week. Not the biggest reading week, but I still managed to finish a book and make progress on another one. And hopefully next week the temperatures become a little more manageable, because I definitely have a lot of books I want to get to. But yeah, that's all I have. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.